Alright, so it's Foundations time. A set that was not enthusiastically, I guess, supported or looked forward to when it was initially announced. However, there was an aspect to the set that from the very beginning I was excited about, was the starter kit and the starter collection, because I'm going to bang that a lot. This set basically helps people who haven't been in the game not only get into the game, but also get their collections up to the point where they're maybe not on par with everybody else, but certainly getting there. So, though the starter kit has a ton of packs in it, well, you know, jumpstart packs, but still, and I don't know what the quality of the jumpstart, whether they're like original jumpstart or whether they're, you know, I don't know, the jumpstarts that came out after original jumpstart that were tied to every set, or whether they've kind of helped, you know, they've kind of gotten to the point where they're more like the original jumpstart. Anyway, the point is I'm trying to get at is if those jumpstart packs are as good as the original jumpstart and not as bad as the ones that were in sets, then we're in for an exciting time. That's kind of put these over here. Anyway, the point is that the starter kit helps people learn the game, gets them a little bit of an understanding of, you know, deck mechanics as well. And then the starter collection takes that even further with a ton of cards. It's a little heavy kit. And I'm surprised at how, you know, grappling Kraken. Nice. Some good foiling. Yeah, that, you know, I'm surprised that they are priced the way they are. As in, they're not overly priced, and hopefully they didn't put like crazy stuff in there that makes people, you know, try to buy them off the shelves from the people who actually need them. It doesn't seem like it, because no one's really been asking about them other than people that are trying to get into Magic. And so this is, you know, a huge win, those two products alone. I like new people learning Magic. Wow, these packs are really brittle. I've been mentioning in other opening that card games, their packs have been getting, and this is like Pokemon, Flesh and Blood, and Sorcery and Magic. Last year, the packs, especially Magic, some of the packs were impossible, and you can see here that the cards, you know, are staples people are going to need. Anyway, the point is that the packs have been getting easier and easier to open, and I think we've hit the peak of easy, because if they take this any further, it's a little too easy. So, good job, Magic. Keep doing that. No need to improve on the pack, like the actual. But yeah, you can see just like everything. You know, here we go: Bushwhack, Evolving Wilds, Secluded Courtyard, Vampire Nighthawk. You know, not all of them are at the same level of Blossomy Sands, of what you would consider necessary. I should have been bringing out the rares. Anyway, they're not at the same level of staple, but they're still, you know, staples. Yeah. So, you know, let's see what's in here. Burglar Rat, Firebrand. But yeah, it's just a great set that gets the needed cards into people's hands at a good price point, and you know, it's 50% reprints and 50% new cards. I would have been okay with it being, you know, 100% reprints, but you know, obviously people also like to get new cards, and I guess, you know, the game grows by evolving further, right? Didn't need to stop at alpha and beta. They just kept going. So now we're at this point, and this is kind of, I mean, Lenoirevs. So we've got like a core set here, right? And it's not called a core set. It doesn't have a year attached to it because it's going for 5 years. And it's more like revised than it is. I mean, I guess it's kind of like 4th edition as well. Like, maybe it is something closer to the editions, 4th edition, 5th edition, 6th edition, 7th edition, 8, 9, and up till 10. And then they started doing, Magic 2010, 2011, 2012. So, there was no rare in that pack, huh? That's strange. Must have missed it. Yeah, there is. But yeah, maybe this is more like that. Holy crap, these corners just kind of fall apart. And then that made it harder to open this pack, but ooh, what's this? Kato, Cunning Infiltrator. I guess that's a hit. I mean, is he... I don't know whether he's a new Planeswalker or whether he goes back to Kamigawa. He looks kind of Kamigawa-ish, so let me know. I don't know enough. I haven't studied every goddamn Planeswalker. That's not my job. Yeah. There's just lots of great stuff in here. And actually, so the card quality is pretty good too. I haven't noticed. Oh, foil rare Erebos First Fang. Other cats you control get +1/+1 whenever Erebos or another non-token cat you control enters. Create a 1/1. There you go for your cat decks. Huh. Now you notice the full art land there, so we're continuing with everything has their own full art lands, which devalues what. The full art lands of the past, where people would pay a lot for those full art lands. But, Tolarian Terror? Maybe that's better. Everyone gets full art lands. That's they're game pieces, man. What was the rare? Did I miss again? Huh. Strange. Where's the rare? Oh, there we go. Extravagant Replication. Skyship Buccaneer in foil. I can pull out all the foils because don't feel like it. Thrill of Possibility. Is that the... No, okay. That's not what I was thinking of. Sorry. But as you can see, these cards are just sort of a what's what of the last few years, the last few decades, and stuff that you're gonna need. Not necessarily in every deck, but in your collection, so that you can make a wide variety of decks without breaking the bank trying to track them all down individually, because it's a little overcosted to pay for rares and commons and uncommons. Twin Flame Tyrant. So what you want is to have a lot of cards that are close to bulk. They're just like the extra cards that you've opened, and you've got access to them. They're somewhere in your collection, rather than, oh, I need these few commons and uncommons. I got to go to some marketplace and then buy them and pay shipping. And the stores themselves are they're charging more than the card is actually worth, because they're trying to make money, which is fine. And then also the shipping, when really the lowest cost way of getting them into your hands, if we're talking about 20, 30, 50 cards, the cheapest way is opening lots of packs. Right? That's kind of what people lose on the randomization of stuff, is that, so if you're making a non-random game, you get all the pieces that are part of that game. The game costs, $50 to $100. Like, just look at most board games, right? You do get every single piece, but there's a lot less pieces, right? because there's a cost to making these pieces. But if the cost to making these pieces is sort of evened out or averaged out over randomization, then the smaller pieces, the pieces that not everyone is in demand, or there's a lot of supply and there's not as much demand, then those pieces are cheapest out of the randomized pack than they are out of buying them individually. Like, look at miniatures for Dungeons and Dragons, right? You want a specific miniature for Dungeons and Dragons. Don't know why I put that one there. You want a specific miniature for Dungeons and Dragons. I don't know, your Elf Ranger, right? That's going to cost you $10. But you go with Icons of the Realms, which are randomized packs, and the booster costs you, say, $15, $17, but there's 5 things in there, so you divide that, so it's around what, $3-4 each instead of $10, and that's how you end up with, getting cheaper things. So like, you don't want to pay $10 for every goblin you need for an encounter, because like, your encounters could have 20 goblins, right? So that's $200 for goblins. But if you open several boosters of a certain set of Icons of the Realms, then the average cost to you per goblin is $30, and so instead they cost you $60 instead of $200. That's kind of what I'm trying to get at, is that the common things, the things that you need lots of, get cheaper, and the mythics. Oh, Paradise Druid. The capture this creature is hexproof as long as untapped. Add 1 mana of any color. Interesting. That's a mythic. Doesn't seem that powerful. Oh, Liliana. There we go. That used to be a hit back in the day. Are we making it a hit these days? I don't know. Just move that over. Yeah, so. And like you can see with like Pokemon, right? So the Pokemon is almost totally on a lottery system. Like when you're opening packs of Pokemon, you're looking for these few big hits, and individually these other, oh, this is a nice pack. Look at this. So we got Ashroot Animist, Consuming Aberration, Spinner of Souls, and that's in foil. Not any special kind of foil, but that's full art. Nice. So that was a good pack. Anyway, so the Pokemon packs, pretty much when you open a Pokemon pack, everything that you open is worthless until you hit that one pack that just has one crazy thing in it, right? And that averaged out over a lot of packs, the value is still there. It's just that when you go with individual packs, the chances of getting that are severely reduced. So, anyway, the point is, if you want a game that doesn't have randomized packs, that isn't a collectible game, then don't get into a collectible game. There's lots of games that are just as good as Magic. I don't know why I'm bringing up these. Anyway, or better than Magic. Yes, games are better than Magic. Magic is not a terrible game. Magic is not the best game. So, if you're the kind of person who just wants everything that comes with a game to come with a game, then there's some other game for you, right? It doesn't need to be Magic. The point of Magic is Curator of Destinies. Swamp. Is the collectability, the excitement of opening a pack, the chance of getting something really cool, and also finding cards that you wouldn't have ever considered before, and then you're opening a pack and you're like, wait a minute, this would go great in that deck, right? Oh, Omniscience. So you can see, I'm pretty sure, or Omniscience or Omniscience, I don't know. Anyway, Magic wasn't designed as a living card game. It wasn't designed as a board game. It was designed as a collectible card game. And, you know, for the collectible aspect to still work, cards have got to be expensive. Certain cards, not every. Blasphemous Edict. Yeah. Sorry, I got something caught in my throat here. Choking on my own words. Sky Knight Squire. So, what's everyone looking for in this set? What are you looking for specifically? And are you drafting it? Did you get any starter stuff for friends you want to get, or family members you want to get into the game? I suggest doing that because that's Archmage of Runes. Because now is the best time to get people into it, I think. Short of the very beginning when we had lots of starter decks, right? I mean, we still have starter kits, but they don't stay on shelves very long, and some of them are better than others. Electro Duplicate. Nice. Anyway, if you're trying to get people into the game, I think now is the best time. I think that this starter kit has a much better manual that walks people through the concepts of the game, and then the way it's packaged together with the products that it has in it. Arable, first thing. I think people were looking for this, or did I already get this? Huh. No, spinners. No, I don't know. Anyway. So, I think that game design science has improved mightily since this game first came out, and that creating Refute, nice. That's a nice little counterspell that in full art. So, yeah, Painful Quandary. Why is it's in some sort of retro frame? I haven't actually noticed that. Like, you see the edges around here? Yeah, sure. Sorry. Around the frame there, it's different coloring. Anyway, I hadn't noticed that with the other cards. I don't know if that, or maybe no, they're doing, yeah, maybe no, but that black has more purpley around it and stars. Anyway, I don't think it matters that much, or maybe it does. Maybe I'm wrong. It just makes me think of the retro framing from when they first did it with Time Spirals. So some Llanowar Elves. So here's the thing: is you're gonna get a lot of Llanowar Elves out of this, and if you need 4 Progenitus, 10 out of 10, legendary creature, Hydra Avatar, protection from everything. Progenitus would be put in a graveyard from anywhere. Reveal Progenitus and shuffle it into its owner's library instead. Yeah, that's magic for you. Wasn't like that back in the day, but I think those kinds of things have improved. Because, like, this is the thing, is like a lot of board games, people talk about balancing the board game. It's very important to balance the board game. But they also don't like, Zol Asher or Lich Lord, nice. They don't like dice. And dice is a really good balancer because it's randomized, right? So, anyway, the big balancing in Magic the Gathering is its 30 years of history and the continuous sets that have been coming out and the, basically an avalanche of newer cards. And, like, you can't anticipate what anyone could possibly have in their deck. I mean, other than, you might know something about them and their play style, that kind of thing. But, loot. Wasn't that Outlaws? Outlaws, yeah. Anyway. Or is he like, this is his continuing story? I don't know, tell me. Yeah, so I lost my train of thought from the last thing I was talking about. Yeah. Anyway, we're down to, what, 3 packs? So. Brass's Bounty. Oh, yeah, that's it. So the fact that you can't possibly know what someone's going to have in their deck means you can only kind of prepare for it, not exactly prepare for it. So you can't build the ultimate deck that can't be beaten, because there's not ever going to be enough cards in your deck to counter every other, you know, type of win condition or mechanic or whatever, right? So the best you can hope, and the top decks are all kind of playing the best you can hope deck, and they're playing it against each other. So they're kind of Quilled Great Worm, Alicia Who Laughs at Fate, and they're all kind of just, you know, playing decks that are considered part of the meta, but, you know, there could be someone who comes in as a spoiler, and that could greatly upset, you know, the whatever people consider the meta at that point in time. That's the balancing of Magic, is that you can't anticipate anything. Anyway, this is Foundations, and I'm gonna open up a collector booster, so keep your eyes out for that video.